You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Hello and welcome to Flyer Nation, your source for everything sports here on LUTN. On the show today, women's volleyball coach Lorelee Smith and player Kim Vertin will stop by. But before that, we'll bring you up to speed on some Lewis sports news. The Lewis University women's volleyball team made it a team effort in their Great Lakes Valley Conference 3-0 victory over Quincy on Sunday, September 22nd at the Neal Carey Arena. Lewis head women's volleyball coach Lorelee Smith said the team came in fired up and was looking for the win. Smith went on to say the team is always looking for new challenges and gets fired up before every match. The Flyers now move to 6-4 on the season, 2-0 in conference play, while the Hawks fall to 4-6 on the campaign and 0-2 in league play. Lewis University freshman right side hitter Maddie Salgia posted a career-high .588 hitting percentage with 10 kills and no errors in 17 attempts in the women's volleyball 3-0 sweep of Maryville on Saturday, September 28th. The Flyers stay unbeaten in Great Lakes Valley action at 3-0 and improve to 7-4 on the season. The Saints fall to 0-4 in league play and 5-9 on the year. Well, let's turn things over now to Lewis University men's soccer. The Flyers have a 6-game undefeated streak this season, which brings them to enter the NSCAA Continental Tire NCAA Division II men's soccer national poll ranking that made the team number 12 in the country. Head soccer coach Evan Feifel says he's happy for the success that his team has had, but that doesn't mean they will slack off and think they have the rest of the season made. Last Friday, the team went up against Maryville. The Flyers outshot Maryville 14-5 and recorded 5 shots on frame compared to the Saints' 3. Of Lewis's 5 shots on goal, 4 found the back of the net. Michael Pyle received tallies in the win. Luke Kamrowski, Alexandro Alaya, and Alan Benitez added an assist for good measure. The victories didn't stop there for the Flyers, though. On Sunday, the Flyers competed against Missouri St. Louis, getting a victory 1-0. With the win, Lewis extends its unbeaten streak to 8 matches, which is the Flyers' longest streak since 2004. UMSL falls to 3-5 on the campaign and 2-4 in GLVC action. Coming up, an interview with women's head volleyball coach Lorelee Smith and volleyball player Kim Vertin. We'll be right back.
So who's going to do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kid.
My name is Brother James Gaffney, president of Lewis University, and you're watching LUTN, so thank you.
And we're back here on Flyer Nation. Joining us today is Lewis University head women's volleyball coach Lorelee Smith. Thanks for joining us today.
No problem.
So, Coach, so far the team is doing fairly well. 8-4 on the season, 3-0 at home, and 4-0 in conference play with McHenry and Illinois Springfield coming up this weekend. What's the mindset going into these upcoming matches?
Well, I know it's going to sound like a cliche, but we really do take just one match at a time. Every weekend so far in conference, there's been a major upset, and so I don't think you can look past any team. And this team's really good at just thinking the next match is the only and most important one.
So how have you been motivating the team so far this season? I mean, you know, 3-0 at home, 4-0 in the conference. That's a really good start to the season. What's been the motivation behind it?
Well, we graduated 5 starting seniors last year, so no matter who became our starters this year, we were going to be young or inexperienced, one of the two. But the great thing is we're extremely athletic and we have a ton of talent. So I think when you have that type of ability in the gym, you're going to see improvement every day. And anybody, if you're improving one day to the next, you just naturally stay motivated. So it hasn't really been that hard to motivate them. They just keep getting better.
From an outsider's perspective, I know at least when I call games and anybody that goes to the games, when you look at this team, it looks like they really get along well with each other.
They do.
And the support's visible. I mean, anytime anybody gets a big dig or a kill, I mean, they're out there celebrating, which is good. What are some ways that you and your coaching staff are getting support from the team and seeing this tight bond?
Well, it starts with recruiting. We would never bring on somebody that the team didn't get along or that some way in another when we watched them playing didn't show that type of team atmosphere. And then once you get here, it's just a trait that's passed down. The players that celebrate on the bench, they really are directly responsible for as many points as the players that are earning them on the court. And it's just an overall philosophy that both coaching staff and players buy into. And I just think it keeps everybody happy and everybody really feels a part of it.
So already this season, your Flyers have had 2 Great Lakes Valley Conference Players of the Week. First it was Alexis DeVito. She won the Offensive Player of the Week. And now Kim Vertin was named the Defensive Player of the Week. As a coach, what's it like to have these student athletes step up into prominent roles for the Flyers so far this season?
I love it. Anytime anybody gets an individual, accolade, it's a true testament to how hard they're working. But I also think if you look deeper into the award, you're going to see that it also shows how hard they're being pushed in practice by, inside competition, as well as how well they're being supported by other positions or the players, that aren't on the court. So anybody on our team can take partial credit for those 2 awards, but Kim and Alexis individually, they 100% deserve those awards.
How long have you been coaching here at Lewis University?
This is my seventh season.
So how is this season starting off feel any different than previous seasons have?
It's actually the first time we've been this young. Like if you look at the players on the court, majority of them are either sophomores or freshmen. And up until now, the 6 seasons prior, we've always been heavy in either the junior or the senior department. So for me, this is my first head coaching position. In general, it was the first time that we were going to be this young and we'd have to put more focus on our side versus how to beat the other side. So it's just a new experience for me.
And as we mentioned, there are 2 games coming up this weekend, McKendree and Illinois Springfield. If fans come out to the Neil Carey Arena, what are some of the things that they might see this weekend?
Well, I mentioned how athletic we are, so every now and then we'll get these monster kills where everybody in the gym, it's something that, the guys' game is really known for. They jump really high and they can just crush the ball, but we have players that can do that now as well. So I think those are extremely exciting points. And then just the overall atmosphere, how hard we work, how hard we celebrate, I think it just lightens the entire mood in the gym.
All right, well, those games will be on radio and TV. I know Friday night's game will be against McKendree will be on LUTN, and Saturday will be on WLRA Radio 88.1 FM. So if you want to catch those games out here at Lewis University, you have ways of doing it. Well, thank you, Coach Smith, for coming out and talking with us today.
Thank you.
And when we come back, we will have junior Kim Vertin. So stick around, don't go anywhere. All right, cool.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
My name is Brother James Gaffney, president of Lewis University, and you're watching LUTN, so thank you.
Welcome back to Flyer Nation, and joining us now is junior outside hitter Kim Vertin. Thanks for joining us, Kim.
You're welcome.
So there's been a lot going on with the team so far this year in terms of awards. First, sophomore Alexis DeVito is named the GLVC Offensive Player of the Week. Now you have been named the Defensive Player of the Week for the following week. What does that mean to you to be recognized by the conference?
It's a huge honor, especially in our conference. It's extremely competitive, and all the outsides and right side, everyone in our conference is just great athletes. And we've just been working really hard in the gym. Everyone's pushing each other, especially Alexis. She's always on top of everyone. And our team's just great on getting on each other, about pushing each other every single day.
So this season, the overall top seed will host the GLVC postseason tournament. What does it mean to currently be undefeated at the New York Carey Arena? And I know it's early, but if it continues, possibly having a chance to host the tournament here at Lewis University.
Yeah, hosting conference this year would be huge. It gives you such an advantage, especially for us. Like, we love playing in front of our friends and family. Our fans are awesome. And it's awesome, like, being undefeated right now, but we need a couple huge road wins this season, and hopefully we'll just keep working for those.
For the past 8 seasons, the Flyers have gone deep into the postseason with NCAA appearances in each of those seasons. When preparing for the season and during the season, what does it take to continue to perform at a high level to go into the postseason? What kind of stuff do you guys do to prepare for, not only the game that you have, but for the upcoming games?
Not only do we have like a lot of physical training, but we also do, we just do a lot of like mental preparation as well. Coach is always talking to us about visualizing, and even when we're just kind of like, sitting in class or whatever, we're thinking about volleyball. Like, it's kind of like it's a lifestyle for us. We're always thinking about it. And especially when it gets into postseason play, that's when it's like really important to start thinking, like, because that's the end of your season on the line. So just a lot of mental as well as physical training.
So setter Lee Berea has averaged over 10 assists per set this year. How big is it having a strong setter running the offense?
It's huge. Lee's doing an awesome job. She's making all like great decisions. She's an offensive threat herself, so it takes a lot of pressure off of her hitters when she's in the front row with us. She makes really great decisions, and she's the reason why our hitters are so successful.
So you guys have a couple of games this weekend, Friday McKendree, Saturday University of Illinois Springfield. Yeah. What can fans expect to see if they head out to the New York Carey Arena this weekend?
Hopefully a great environment. It should be really fun, just playing. A lot of our like bench players should get in. It should just be a really good team win, hopefully. So.
All right, well, sounds great. Thanks for joining us, Kim, and stick around because we'll have some national sports stories when we come back. The Miami Marlins season was anything but memorable, but Henderson Alvarez sure gave the home fans a finish on Sunday afternoon, throwing the season's third and final no-hitter against the Detroit Tigers. This was far from a typical no-hitter, too. In fact, it was the weirdest no-hitter one could possibly dream up. The Marlins offense was also shut out by Justin Verlander and the Detroit bullpen until the 9th inning, meaning Alvarez's feat was completed on a dramatic walk-off. In the deciding inning, Miami loaded the bases with 2 outs, and Luke Puckinen uncorked his second wild pitch, allowing Giancarlo Stanton to race home with the game's only run. A wild pitch walk-off no-hitter for Henderson Alvarez. Talk about a crazy way to finish a season. Well, the Chicago Bulls point guard Derrick Rose did not participate in any scrimmage drills on Monday, as the Bulls held him out for what Coach Tom Thibodeau called planned rest. Rose has not played in an NBA game since tearing his ACL on April 28, 2012, and is still rehabbing the knee injury, and Thibodeau has spoken openly about the organization's desire to take the process day to day. There we go. The veteran coach acknowledged that they might have planned more rest for Rose throughout camp. Thibodeau said they have liked what they've seen out of the former MVP since camp opened on Saturday, and that Rose would scrimmage on Tuesday. Rose has fit back in with his teammates well. Thibodeau knows that it will be tough to tell how much rust Rose has shaken off until the Bulls open up their preseason schedule Saturday against the Indiana Pacers. He said they will take it step by step and how he practices, and he has practiced very well. So the next step is to see where he fits in a regular game. Switching to the Chicago Cubs, they have fired their manager Dale Swaim after finishing last in the NL Central for the first time in 7 years. The Cubs closed the season dropping 41 of their final 59 games, including 6 of their final 7. They finished 66 and 96, and Swaim went 127 and 197 in his 2 seasons at the helm. He had 1 year left on a 3-year deal signed before the 2012 season. "I'd be lying if I said I wasn't disappointed," Swaim said to reporters outside Wrigley Field. "You're optimistic, but you know what can happen. Things like this have to settle in. I don't like sitting out," Swaim said of what he'll be doing next. "I'm a baseball guy, and I love being around it and being a part of it." So we'll see where Dale Swaim ends up after that. Coming up this week in Lewis Sports, meet the women's volleyball team in the Neil Carey Arena at 7 o'clock on October 4th as they play against McKendree. And on the next day, you can rest up and join the women again as they play the University of Illinois Springfield at 3 o'clock. Well, thank you everyone for watching Flyer Nation here on LUTN. I'm Shane Gustafson, and from everybody here, we hope you have a great day, and we'll see you next week.
Gonna do what?
I'll pack the dead batteries.
Great.
I'll only put what I don't need into a duffel bag.
Perfect. That's totally unhelpful.
No problem.
Meanwhile, I will try to comfort everyone by speaking in a calm voice. And who is going to handle supplies?
I can forget to do a list for us.
Thanks, pal.
We couldn't be any less prepared. I'm proud of you guys.
Talk to your kids about who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Visit ready.gov/kids for tips and information.